What's up, AfterBuzzers? It is the Treadstone season finale, the Cicada Covenant. So we are talking Petra reuniting with her boo? What? Stephen Haines is still alive? Not for long. And my favorite, Mr. Levine, gets exactly what he deserves. All that and more coming right up.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Season finale! Woo!
Yes, guys, it is the season finale. Benny, thanks for hanging in there with me, man.
It was a fun ride.
It
was a fun ride.
So, of course, I couldn't do this without my co-host, Mr. Benny Adams. You've seen him almost every week. And even though he was new to the whole Treadstone, ultimatum, Bourne identity, he stuck in there with me, so I'm pretty happy. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a fun ride, and I love this show, even though I've only seen like the first movie. But after watching this season, I definitely want to catch up on all the movies now.
Yeah, and me. I've seen pretty much every movie except for the last one, I believe. So it was definitely nice seeing this kind of like spin-off whole series created around it. We don't have much time, so we're just going to jump right in because this finale was action-packed. So I know Benny was happy. He finally got the action that he wanted.
Right.
But we did not get all of our questions answered.
Yeah.
We actually have some new questions arise. So let's just start with Tara because she is a cicada. And she actually is with Petra when we get reintroduced to her. Now, me and you kind of were like, oh, it's not going to go down without a fight. Is she there to kill her?
Yeah.
We were wrong.
Right. That she was all with her, all for her.
Right.
So I get it and I don't get it. Like I understand that, there was only one episode left and she found out that she was a cicada in this episode. So there wasn't much time to have her character really develop from this person who is a journalist trying to seek answers to this crime fighting, kicking butt woman.
Yes.
So it was really quick. It was like a light switch. It was like, oh, I'm just this normal journalist. Oh, I'm shooting guys and jumping through windows. And so it was a little bit
unbelievable.
It caught me off. Yeah.
Yeah, because I agree because, with Doug, obviously, when we saw him in the Arctic, he was kind of provoked. He got in a bar fight scene, and then he met the lady at the bar. She played the music, and then boom, everything transformed. It was literally like Tara got a text and her entire life changed. There was nothing to kind of like trigger it, you know?
And there was still some type of... There was a little bit of a journey when it came to John and So-Yun.
Yeah, her too, right.
Like all the characters that we were introduced to, there was some type of journey when they found out they were cicadas. But for Tara, it was just...
instant.
Right. And like I said, I get it because it was, they only had one episode left. And, the action was crazy. It was amazing. She kicked butt like no other. So I definitely liked seeing that from her.
Yeah.
And I definitely liked seeing how, just seeing her get into the action. I thought that was really cool. And just seeing her character develop more now from just a random journalist to, someone who is going deeper into this story.
Yeah, I agree. I mean... she gets all these weapons from Petra, and I love how willing Petra is to help her because at first, she's a little standoffish, and then when she realized she's actually part of this Treadstone program, she's actually doesn't hesitate to help her at all.
Yeah.
I definitely thought it wasn't going to be that easy, but Tara kills all of Yuri's men, like single-handedly takes them by herself. And I was just like, girl, you were literally, like I said, being a journalist 2 days ago. And now you're over here know how to use all these weapons, backflips, fighting. She got hit with marble twice, I would have been out.
Yeah.
I just would have been out, honestly.
Which I get, because that's what happens. Like, when you're programmed, you become like super, like you said, bionic woman.
Exactly.
So,
that's what I called her.
Yeah.
But what we don't know is if she killed Yuri or not. He got away.
Right.
And Petra said, if you let him get away, you will never get close to him
Yuri's alive.
again. Yeah, I think he is too. I mean, she followed him in the car, but it was never presented to us whether he was actually dead or alive.
Right.
So with that being said, Tara also kills Haines. So we'll just jump, since we're talking about Tara, we're going to jump into Stephen Haines and Matt Edwards. So obviously Dan sends some cicadas out to kill Matt Edwards, which is unfortunate because obviously Ellen is still friends with Matt despite everything. And we find out that Ellen is actually the one who sent Tara to help save Matt. And right when she shot Stephen Haines in the head, I think he was actually starting to remember things again.
I felt so bad for the guy. I felt so bad because we see this guy, we're introduced to him, and, you know, he's a cicada, and you can tell he doesn't want to be in this life. He, didn't he get to see his daughter?
No, so they took her to, he saw her through the window.
Right. He saw her through the window, and he was satisfied with that. And it was just such like a sad story. Then we're led to believe that they killed him, and then we find out he's alive. And I'm like, oh, cool, he's alive. That's awesome. But he's trying to kill this guy, and so then he's almost killing this guy, and then he is able to snap him out of it. And I'm like, this is awesome, you know? So he's back into reality. They're going to work together, and boom, he gets shot. And I'm like, you guys are playing with my emotions, man.
They really did. But, you know, he was a liability. And did you see the way he was drowning Matt? I was just like, no, I did not want Matt to die.
Did you think Matt was going to die?
Not really.
I was kind of worried. I was on the edge of my seat for that one.
When they said Steven, I knew that there was going to be some type of connection where he wouldn't kill him, but I just didn't think it would go down the way it did. So I guess we can go ahead and talk about, we kind of briefly talked about Ellen. So I guess we can talk about Ellen since she is the one who sent Tara to save Mr. Edwards. So obviously, once again, she disagrees with Dan.
Yeah.
She's like, I completely don't agree with this. This is wrong, blah, blah, blah. Then, come to find out, she's like welcomed into a private meeting with the whole Treadstone crew.
She's getting sucked in deeper and deeper. And it's like, it's the exact opposite of what she wants. She just wants to be a normal mom and wife. And
have her family time.
Yeah, and so it just sucks for her.
But you know what's crazy? Didn't she say governor? She was at the governor's house.
Yeah.
So he's involved with this too.
It's a lot bigger than we think.
Exactly, and that's what Dan kept trying to tell her. Like, he was like, be careful. You don't really want to know, because it's not just, the CIA and that's it. It's like, every step you're learning more and more people are involved who you would never even guess. But before we jump to our next topic, is there anything you want to tell the viewers?
Yeah, so we here at AfterBuzz just want to thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV talk, and in order for us to grow, we need your help. So if you're on YouTube right now, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you're on iTunes, go ahead and give us a 5-star. Working at AfterBuzz means so much to us, and we just want to continue to learn and grow and give you guys amazing content. And I have to give a big shout out to I am Ivan Soto. He has been sticking with us since day one. So thanks a lot, man. We appreciate it. And keep up the support. He has a lot to say. We'll read some of his comments later on. But yeah.
Okay, so let's one more thing I forgot to mention. And I said this to you during while we were watching the show. And I knew it like, obviously, you know, when you're on your phone and you're like, oh, I can't wait to buy the new X, Y, and Z. And then next thing you know, an ad pops up if you're on, you know, social media or whatever you're on. So if you guys noticed, during the fight between Haines and Edwards, they hacked into a burner phone. So it wasn't even like a smartphone, you guys. This was like one of those slide up 1980s keyboard phones. And they were hacking into things back then. Isn't that kind of scary?
Yeah.
I mean,
terrifying.
Literally, the government can find any single way to watch you. And that's like all these people breaking into, like, hacking the ring doors. But that's a completely different topic. The point is, you guys, be careful because the government can hack your microphones and your cameras. But anyways, I digress. So,
you know what, though? That got me thinking. Do you remember the very beginning of the episode where it was like
government
it looked like
power.
a commercial?
Yes.
I'm just realizing, that
was them reprogramming Stephen Haines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That mind blown.
Yeah.
All right. I was trying to figure out what.
Right, because Ellen was like, Haines is still alive, and he was like, of course, he's been reprogrammed.
Got it. Okay.
It took a while to connect. Like, honestly, I was like, what is going on? And I was like, obviously, this is kind of how they shape
So that's how they do it. Okay.
Yeah, but that was Stephen Haines being reprogrammed.
That's pretty cool.
So let's go ahead and move on to Sam and Doug. So Sam has finally convinced me that she is not against her husband, you guys. I finally believe that she is not still working with the CIA to bring anyone down. So, you know, she goes and pretends like, oh my gosh, my husband ran away. Where is he? And then homeboy is like, yeah, your husband's dead. Did you see that smile she had? She's like, no.
I still don't trust the girl.
You don't?
I still don't. But hey,
I trust her now.
Hey, she's sticking up for a man though. She's good. She's a good liar.
And she even told him, like, look, you missed your window. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So did you think Doug was actually going to kill the leader? The Colombian leader?
I didn't know. I wasn't sure. There were parts where I was like, he's gonna do it, and then there are parts where I was like, there's no way he's gonna do it because we kept on seeing flashbacks of him saying he's not a killer.
Right.
So he has himself in a little pickle.
Yeah, a little pickle though. Well, I personally didn't think he was gonna do it because remember the last episode he was actually Googling him and seeing all the good he's done for like his people and his nation. So I just felt like he wasn't gonna do it. I didn't know like what type of thing he was going to stage. I thought he was at least, remember I said I thought he was going to like maybe drug him and the guy could sleep it off.
Yeah.
But he literally didn't kill him. So then we see the soldiers come over and like beat the poor guy, and Doug stops this. So I guess that's kind of all left unanswered too. Like,
yeah,
we leave with Doug still in Colombia. And the guy is basically like, you should just let them finish their mission. Mm-hmm. So what? USA Network, Treadstone, like what? I'm so confused. We don't know anything that happened to Doug or Sam. Like, what is going on?
But you know what? They did that. They did that for a reason because they want us to tune in for season 2. Which
Do you think there's going to be a season 2?
I really hope so. I really grew to love this show. And like they have to have a season 2.
I feel like they have to have a season 2, but if they don't have a season 2, you know how sometimes do like the special one episode where it wraps everything up?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like in an extended what's that called? Basically a closer.
Yeah.
When shows get canceled and they just need to make an episode to like wrap things up. Okay, so Soo Young. I feel like her story for me, I loved it at the beginning. Then she finally got some flair when she was in the club kicking ass. And then, but it's just like, her story goes up and down for me. Like, you know, she came back to her husband and men. That's all I can say. Day, what are you thinking? He told the colonel that he does not trust his wife. Well, that he has he worries about her. So I'm like, okay, so you're over here talking to the colonel, someone who is in very high political power, someone very by the book, apparently, like what Day thinks.
Yeah.
And you're going to be talking about your wife to her and then literally take your son out of the house without talking to his mother? Do you think he was
messed up.
justified?
I was so annoyed. You know, when you're watching other shows and you see that one character and you're just like, I just do not like this guy. And it's not like one of those love to hate type of relationship things.
Right.
It's just, I just straight up,
Don't like
this
you.
character is he's so annoying for what he just did.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just like, how could you do that? And so Yun, she was just like, what is wrong? Who did I marry?
Right? And I mean, he's kind of a little punk, in my opinion. Like, he literally told his wife, you come home with bruises on your face every day. I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you're up to, but I'm worried about you. Sir, it's called communication. How about you ask her, where did you get this bruise from? Where have you been for the past 2 weeks? Why have you left our family?
Yeah.
Like, why are you coming home at 2:00 in the morning with a black eye? Like, maybe you could get some answers if you would just ask her, but instead, you want to go talk to the colonel, and now you just done got your son into the little Cicada program. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I truly think that he enrolled his son into the program because her mother said, it's the program you did when you were little.
Mm-hmm. And the mother annoyed me also.
Well, I mean...
No, you can't get... Oh, really?
Okay,
really?
listen. She's an older woman, probably very stuck in her ways. She's probably very, very traditional. And she does see her daughter come home with, like, black eyes, and she doesn't know where her daughter is. So I get the grandmother because, like, grandmothers worry. I get it. But her husband, he could have literally talked to her, and he decided not to.
But that's her mother, though. Like, if she can't trust her husband, like, the one person she should be able to trust is her mother. You know, and that's not her son, that's her grandson. Like, so what happens to the kid is it should be a joint decision between the mom and the father, but it wasn't. So I would be capital pissed off.
I mean, I mean, she has every single right to be pissed off. She should definitely be pissed off, but I'm just saying, I feel like the grandmother had less say in it than the husband just being a little punk. But yeah, so young girl, I don't know what she's gonna do. She says she's gonna make this right. I don't know how you can make it right. The show is over. That's why I really don't think the show is over, you guys. Everyone's story was left unfinished.
Yeah.
And I was like so pissed.
Right.
But I'll talk about that later. Let's finish with our girl, Petra.
Is she your favorite character?
You know, I wouldn't say she's my favorite because I freaking hated her for what she did to John Randolph Bently. But we see a little change in things. So we kind of see a flashback. And I don't know if I just missed it in the first time they showed it. And I'm just seeing it now because it is a flashback. But Bently basically tells Petra, like, she's like, you got to make it convincing. And he's like, just stick to the plan.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, what is the plan? Like, because obviously the U.S. government takes Petra hostage. Bently finds out, goes down to see her, and she's like, you betrayed me, I hate you, blah, blah, blah. But then she slips him a piece of paper, and the fake crying stops. All these women keep fake crying. Like,
right.
But the fake crying stops, and she says, like, remember... I don't know, Hollering Hills, I don't know, something Hills. I was just like, so was this a part of the plan? Like, you know, like, I'm just like, what is really going on?
Yeah.
And obviously, we haven't seen Bently this entire season. We've only seen flashbacks of him from 1973. We haven't seen present day Bently. And guess who Petra meets at the end of the show?
What did I say? We're gonna see it at the last second. We didn't even see him. We didn't even see his face, you guys. Like, we don't even know what he looks like. I knew they were gonna do that. I knew they were gonna. I thought we would at least see his face.
I thought we would see his face,
but I knew they were gonna wait till like the very end. I thought it was just gonna be like we see his face and he says nothing, and then someone says John, and then it's over.
You guys, they didn't even do like an over the shoulder where you could still see his head. They literally just looked at Petra.
Well, and that leads to I'm gonna let you say it, but that leads to your prediction for later on.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I feel like we've covered most of the characters. Is there anything you would like to touch on that maybe I didn't?
No, I think we did everything.
Yeah, I think I pretty much talked about every character.
Was it an amazing out of this world finale? No. But was it it was a solid finale. It was a solid
overall
finale.
Thoughts. I forgot to do overall thoughts at the beginning. Overall thoughts. I agree with you. It wasn't the best finale. I knew we were going to get some action, which we definitely got an action-packed.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But we didn't get our answers. We don't know if there's going to be another season. Mm-hmm. We don't know who John Randolph Bently is. We don't know if Yuri died. We don't know if Doug and Sam are going to get together. We don't even know if Doug killed the Colombian leader.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more we don't than what we do. The only thing we do know is that Dan got killed, which I am so happy that he did. And I wonder who ordered the hit out on him. I low-key think it could have been, I don't know, the governor at this point, so we know the warheads were rescued, but other than that, there's not too much that we do now. So I'm just going to say, I think there will be a season 2. Yeah. Even though this is a limited series, I feel like they have to have a season 2 because there's so many unanswered questions that it just doesn't make sense not to answer these questions. And I know people who are actually fans of the show are going to want to know. They're going to be searching for something. Unless the point of this show was just to get us all talking and leave us high and dry.
Right.
But
real quick, I Am Ivan Soto said that Edward's called Haines by his real name, Jacob. We knew that, though. We
already knew that.
Yeah.
But so I guess we could go to our special segments.
Let's do it.
All right. So our first special segment, let's start off with the best fight.
Yeah.
So this show had a lot of fights in it. Gosh, which one was your favorite?
My favorite, hands down, Tara.
I knew it.
It was so we were watching the show and she was like, I already know what your favorite fight is, and I'm like, yep. It was amazing how she was just so like kick butt, and just I honestly, and maybe it's just because I haven't seen a lot of action shows, but a lot of the things that she was doing I haven't really seen on TV before. Okay. Movies maybe, but television I haven't really seen that. Now I could be completely wrong.
I think you might be like,
but
you gotta watch some of those like CSI shows.
I've never watched those. So I was in awe with that. She did an amazing job. So kudos to whoever was teaching her how to do all that stuff. If she had a stunt double,
I know.
Kudos to the stunt double for doing all that.
Mm-hmm. It was very impressive.
Really, really good.
It was definitely impressive. Okay. So I guess mine would be, I'm just going to go ahead and say Stephen Haines and Matt Edwards, and not necessarily because I liked their fighting. I just felt, I guess, the most emotionally connected to the two characters.
Yeah.
Because we got to actually get to know these characters. So to see them, I was like, no, I didn't want either one of them to die. I guess, and I'll point out another really good action-packed scene. It wasn't really a fight scene because it was way more shooting, is when the soldiers went in to rescue the warheads. That was a really good action-packed one. It was a ton of shooting. And it took me a while to realize like what the point was. But then I was like, oh, they're getting the warheads.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. The movie theater one was also pretty good with Petra.
Oh my God. I wrote it down.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That was my favorite one. You guys, that was my favorite one. That was my favorite one. Because it's like, you guys, my notepad has so much stuff on it. Petra in the movie theater, 1973. She was in the movie theater. That was my favorite one. She said, "Can I have a soda, please?" Took that soda, took a sip, and then boom, knocked that man across the head.
Yeah.
And then she was really getting them until, that man with that. It's not a shotgun, whatever that gun is. That's like super shooter. The sniper gun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she had it until they kind of cornered her. So sorry, girl. You kind of retreated, which was the right thing to do because they probably would have killed you. You couldn't take all of them down. But now to the last time. Well, I guess for the limited series for this one. We will do our Extreme Ways, you guys. Our special segment, Extreme Ways. So Extreme Ways, obviously, is where we say our favorite one-liner from the show. And mainly because from all the movies, they say that famous one line, and then they go, doo-doo. So my one-liner tonight is, "This is about survival, Sam." So that was from, that was when the lady was basically telling Sam, Doug's wife, Sam was like, "Oh, you don't even know what this is really about. You just nod and smile and do as you're told." And Sam was like, "No, the world is overpopulated. We need our resources. This is about making sure America survives." I was like, damn, y'all taking out everybody so we can live? I mean, it's kind of savage. I don't know if I agree with it, but I don't want to die. So I'm just like, well then, what is your one-liner?
All right, let's do this.
Let's do it.
My one-liner is, "No mother wants to give up their child." I feel like my face is just like all over the place when I do that.
It was funny. So obviously that was when Soo Young's mother told that to Soo Young. But they gave up poor little Jim Woo. That was
so sad. She's gonna get him back though.
You think? She's been slacking for me. But I guess, do you have any predictions? I mean, we don't know if this show is going to continue or not, but just tell us what you predict.
Go to our predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So, I think if there is a season 2, fingers crossed, because I really want this show to come back. It's an amazing show. If it does come back, we are definitely going to see more present day John. And I think that's going to start off from like the get-go, from like the beginning of episode 1, season 2, since, we didn't even see him. Obviously they haven't even like casted an actor for that. So
that's what you think.
Maybe. So yeah, that I think we're going to see more of that and a lot of questions. I think this go around more questions. There's still going to be more questions, but more questions are going to be answered as well.
Probably the questions will be answered that we have, but then we're going to get new questions.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Definitely hope we see Mr. Bently. I think that my girl Ellen Becker, like you said, she's just going to get roped into it. I think that eventually she's going to find out so much information that she didn't know before. She might actually more willingly kind of do what they ask her to do. I
think she's going to end up wanting to help out instead of being forced to.
Yeah, that kind of scares me. So that's what I think about her. Hopefully we kind of figure out what happened in between 1973 Petra and present day Petra, because we have absolutely no idea what her life was like. Yeah. And she was married too. So it's not like
how did she get to that point?
Yeah. So it's like what happened to her and John and all that time. So that's what I would love to know. And hopefully we can see if Sam is able to help save Doug and get him back on American soil and not be Vincent for too long.
Yeah.
And so young girl, if you're here next season, I need you to step it up. I need you to be the bad boss.
She
the boss lady that I saw you
She
when.
is a boss lady.
She is, but she's also slipping. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. You can't be on 10 all the time, but like, dang, girl, your husband is turning on you. Your son is gone. You was running across embassy borders to go tell some news, and now your family not even gonna be safe. And you just did somebody else's dirty work. So, yeah. That's what I hope we see from them.
Okay. Well, here's to we're gonna put the positive thoughts out there.
Yeah.
And
we are.
We're gonna put it out into the universe. There is gonna be a season 2.
Yes, season 2. We're looking for you.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we get to see Mr. Jason Bourne too. That would be nice.
Know.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to the Treadstone season finale here on AfterBuzz TV. Benny, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on all social media at Benny J. Adams. Thank you again for watching with us all season. It was a great season, and hopefully a season 2 will be here.
Yeah, and you can find me on social media at Lauren the Truth. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
we
guys.
may or may not see you next season. Have
See you
a great
later.
night.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.